Live? Okay. All right. Just let me check this. Hello, everyone. So I hope we are live. Just do let me know in the chat box if I'm audible and the screen's also visible. So before we actually start with the session. Okay, so anyone can confirm me in the chat box. Good evening, guys. So good evening. In today's session, we are going to solve some coding questions and answers. I'm going to tell you the answers as well for the TCS as you are preparing for the TCS NQT 2024, right? So, and okay, so I hope now everything is good. We'll wait for a couple of minutes to so that others can also join. And before that, if you have any questions regarding the coding round, and also if you have any queries regarding the TCS hirings this year, so you can just drop that in the chat box. I'll be answering all your questions that you have. And also we have a team members moderator, so we'll go through your queries as well. All right. So yesterday we started with the day one where we have discussed about the aptitude and quantitative round and verbal, and the instructors are also solved some of the questions as well. I hope you were present in that session as well. So this is a day two of the live session that we are going to conduct and which is free for all the our YouTube subscribers. And in this session, first let's discuss about what is the pattern that we have this year for the TCS. As you might be aware by the now, by the time that there are going to be like three questions and like there's a change in the pattern and also the job roles that we have like this year is also there's a change in that as well. So we want to discuss heavily on that first. Then we will talk about what kind of a questions that we can expect in the exam. And this year, as you are aware, it's going to be you have to visit the center and give the exam. So you are only allowed for pen and paper. And so, I would recommend you all to, prepare well because everyone knows like how things go on online, but this time it's not going to be in that case. You have to visit in the center and give the exam there. So, and one more thing that we have regarding is that there's a one more role that they have announced, which is like Ninja, Digital, and Prime, and the job salaries also are different for them. So we will be talking about each and every role, like how you should prepare for Ninja, like what should be your preparation strategy for Digital, and then we talk about like Prime, what kind of a difficulty that you can expect, what topics you need to prepare, and first we will go through all the information and details. Then we are going to solve one question as well. Okay, so just give me a heads up. So if we are ready, then we will start with the session. Let me know, guys, in the chat box. Good evening, all. Thank you for joining. Shall we start with the session? And also, like, if you have any query, meanwhile, just feel free to drop that so that we will going to solve. Yeah, and one more important update, we are going to talk about programming language as well, right? So let's get started. This is the day two of the session. There are more sessions that we are going to conduct for the live, and all the information will be shared to you on all our social media handles. So please make sure you join our WhatsApp groups that are given in the description of the video as well later on. So you will be, getting all the updated information from our end regarding the TCS. So first thing first, here that let's talk about the pattern. Like, if someone still do not know, like you don't have the information about the pattern, let's discuss what is the pattern that we have. Then we will talk further things. So in the foundation A, that the foundation section for the part A, there are going to be like this section, which is numerical ability, reasoning ability. Then there's a verbal ability and the breakdown of the question, like how many numbers you can question that you can expect, the time that is mentioned here. And we have also covered this in yesterday's video as well. So you can just watch that or you can join the upcoming live sessions in which we will talk about this part. And also there is going to be in the advanced section, there is going to be like advanced quantitative and reasoning ability and which are going to be like 15 questions. but 25 minutes only. Right. So as you can see, for the foundation section, the number of questions are like 20 to 25, and the time that you got for each section is like 25 minutes. So that is mean by. So this section is relatively going to be easier compared to the advanced section. As you can see, the number of questions have been reduced to 15, but the time is same as the 15 minutes. So that means in this section, solving, you need like more time in terms of solving. So as they have given more time, that tells you like the difficulty is also be going to be higher here compared to that. Okay. If I talk about the coding section here, this time we are going to get like 3 questions. Previously, or in the previous section, it was supposed to be like 2 questions, and they used to give us like 55 minutes or something to solve the 2 questions. But this time they have given like 90 minutes to complete this section. Like the total time that you get for the coding is, and you have to like we expect like 3 to 4. And if they give the 4 questions, out of that, you have to totally solve the 3 questions. But if they give just only 3 questions, then in that case, you have to solve all of that. Right. So I will talk about the breakdown of like difficulty of the question based on the job role that we have. Like we have another slide where we are going to discuss about the Ninja, Digital, and the Prime. But we'll talk about the breakdown of the timeline and the difficulty there. But before that, let's try to understand what are the different programming languages that you can use in the TCS. While writing this test, these are the programming languages, as you were saying, like your which is the programming language that you're preparing. I can see in the live chat here, like we have C++, Java, and some students are have like Python also, and Java and C++ is more preferred. But let's talk about it. So of course, you can select a programming language, which is like C, then C++, Java, Perl, and Python. So you have to select from the top drop down that we have on the platform. And from there, whatever programming language that you choose, you get to get that editor. In terms of that, you will get to solve. Now, I'm not pretty sure, but you might have heard that when it comes to TCS coding round, most people just say you like not avoid Python. But I'll tell you why. Like, I hope, like, just let me know if you have heard this thing. Like, a lot of people tell you, like, Python compiler doesn't work for the TCS. Do not avoid the Python compiler. Don't use that, like Python editor. Or mostly people prefer like C++ or Java. I agree that, like, I partially agree and I do not agree as well. What could be the issues, I'll tell you, and why people say that, like why there are so many students that they complain about the Python compiler on the TCS platform also. And now let's say if everyone assumes that, okay, we should totally avoid the Python, then what if someone was learning Python throughout their second year, third year, and they do not know other programming language? So in that case, what the students have to do, right? So that's why whenever you are using Python, like Python as a program, if it's Python is your main programming language, you have learned in second year, third year, you are solving all the questions in the Python only. You need to be careful. Like, yeah, even Zebran is saying that I have heard it from my teachers. And Abhishek Verma is asking, how come 3 questions will come, 2 questions only come? Yeah, I'll tell you about the 3 question thing. From this year, they have changed the pattern. That's what I was talking about, right? So we'll talk about the question later. Now, but people like me know only Python, what to do? Yes, I'm going to talk about the people who know only Python, who have started learning Python. And at the end, like when you're giving the exams, like even personally, I like Python. I have learned the Python, and even the questions that I solve on TCS platform, or even for the preference stack, everything do on the Python only, because that's my technical stack that I prefer. Now, but whenever you are selecting Python as your programming language in the TCS, you have to be careful that we know Python, there's like 2 plus generation that we have, 2 plus like Python 2.7 or something. And one of the new updated thing that we have is a Python like Python 3 plus. That 3 plus, I'm referring everything like Python 3.7, 3.8, 3.10, 3.11, and all those things, right? So what happens is that whenever you're selecting, since Python version, like all the syntax for the Python 2 and Python 3, there's a heavily difference in that. So if you, let's say, select in the drop down, you will get an option for the Python 2 series as well and Python 3 series as well. So if you select the Python 2 and you start writing the code, which is compatible or the syntax which is correct for the Python 3, of course, you're going to get the errors because there are so much of, like, there's a lot of difference in the Python 2 and Python 3. If you have learned Python 2 and you shifted to the Python 3, then only you'll understand. But so what you should do, if Python is your major programming language for writing the code in the TCS platform, always make sure you're selecting a proper version of the Python. So either it could be in the Python 3, like if you started learning Python a year ago or 2 years ago, of course, I would understand that you started with Python 3 version only. So in that, either you could have started with Python 3.7, 3.8, 3.10, which is latest, or 3.11 is something, right? So these things are there. But if you're selecting either 3.7 or 3.8, whichever the previously stable version that we have, so in that, make sure you properly select that. Or if you're practicing the code like on daily basis, we might know, like you might not remember the exact version that you are writing for. So you can just simply open your terminal and you can just write inside that terminal if Python is installed. So you can say Python hyphen hyphen a version. So by running this command in your terminal, you will get to know the version that is installed that currently you are using. That version only you try to select that on the platform while you're writing, because you have been learning that platform on that version. Even if there's a changes, so you will know what error it occurs and you can just fix it easily. So only thing that you have to take care of while selecting the programming language. And if, let's say, you are already comfortable with C++ or Java, I'd recommend you to go with the C++ and Java. One more important update, like selecting Python is like, whenever, like even if, let's say, in the code if you pass, but as we have like 3 questions this year, so of course there is going to be a one question, like, okay, let me just write it correctly. So this time we have 3 questions. So there is a question going to be on the data structures. For sure, I'm pretty sure, because the salary package also that we have for the prime role is between 9 to 11 LPA. And as a fresher, getting like 9 LPA is like, of course, they would expect you to have a good programming knowledge or like good hand in your programming. So that's why there is going to be a question which is like competitive level question or like code vita level question. I would expect one of the question from there. Now, in that case, if you are solving that level of question, you need to have a good, strong knowledge of the data structures. And since in Python, a lot of things which happens with the libraries, so that's why also people tend to not prefer Python when it comes to that, because you have to, and these external libraries or the methods that we use sometimes does not support with respect to the editor that they have given for the online. So that is also one of the reasons to avoid Python for the people, and they prefer like C++, Java, where you have to write everything from the scratch. Okay, so these are the things that is like comes from my experience or the that we have seen or we have talked with the students about their experience with the editors. But again, like if you are learning everything from the Python, of course, you have to go with the same language. It's not a good idea to start learning a new programming language within a 1 month, right? So just go with that. And okay. That is about the programming language. Now let's talk about what are the different job roles here. This year we got like Ninja, Digital, and Prime. But before that, let me just go through some questions here. Which option would be good? Either Python, or Rishita is asking which option is good, either Python 2 or Python 3. So Python 3, because of course, if you have learned Python within before a year or 2 years, or like if you started, I prefer that. I assume that you have learned Python 3 only. So always prepare Python 3. Then Prime student, how to learn Python, which compiler version use? Yeah, so Sean Patil, I will let you know about that. Like I'm going to share in a while. Then okay, so now let's talk about these 3 different roles here. And if there is any question, I'll go through that later as well. So as I said, this time we are going to get 19 minutes, and for that, 3 questions. And someone was saying that we used to get only 2 questions, and why this time, like, so when you had like 2 questions, you used to get only 55 minutes. For that, you need to solve 2 questions only. All right, so this time the number of questions have increased. That's why they have increased this time for that section as well, right? So based upon that, what I can expect. So in the Ninja, you have something like, I don't know the exact number, or maybe we can check the website here that I have for the reference. So this is the website that we have, and we'll have from here only. Let's be factually correct. So as you can see, for Prime, you have like for the UG, you have like 9 LPA, and for the digital role, you have 7 LPA, and for the Ninja role, we have 3.36 LPA. So let's say if you only clear the foundation round, so I assume like do not go that, but maybe like based on how they are going to see, and it totally depends on the number of students that they have applied this year, and followed by how many got how many vacancies that they have. And apart from, since as they made some hiring and last month on the on campus, so we expect like very few hirings are left. So that's why for the Ninja, like out of 3 questions, 3 coding questions, if we break down these 3 coding questions, I would assume that one is going to be of easy level, one is of medium level, and one is going to be difficult. So if you solve all this question, probably you will get qualified for the Prime. And if you solve easy and medium, maybe you'll get qualified for the digital. If you only solve the easy level question, you'll get qualified for the Ninja. And again, like in that, we have the criteria of the test cases as well. So there will be, depending upon the number of test cases that gets passed. So if there are 4 test cases that you pass all, then only it covers as you have solved that question correctly, right? So there is a case, you have to consider that as well. And there will be some hidden test cases as well that you need to assume that these might be the possible scenarios that I need to cover in my code while I'm writing. Okay, so these are the things that how it is going to be so easily, like when now let's try to understand what topics you have to prepare for the easy, medium, and difficult. So far, are we good till here? Just let me know so that we can continue. If you have any question, drop it here. We will just first go through your question and then we'll continue with this. How many vacancies in Ninja role in TCS? So Harichandra is asking for how many vacancies. So it's, we do not have the clear information on the Ninja Digital or Prime, but overall we expect that there are going to be like 15,000 vacancies. As like already they have hired somewhere like 20,000 or on campus. So to the off campus there are going to be like closely like 15,000. So that's why we expect as the number of applications are higher, so we expect the competition is going to be higher as well this time. So, okay. So make sure you are ready, like you are preparing well, because for the same role, they're like, it may be like at the 10th of April. Yeah, one more important thing that I forgot to mention. The 10th April is the last day to register. If you have forgotten, like if you have just kept it like you are waiting for the last minute to register, do not don't do that mistake, because at the last we have seen that at the last minute most of the people try to access the website. It might crash the server or something. You might not fill your. Okay, so if that is clear, thank you, Rahul. So we'll continue with the next thing. Here we have, and let's talk about what are the topics that you need to prepare if you are like preparing for the basic round. So here are the round, and also I'm going to show you some of the resources which are freely available as well, which can help you in terms of practice these things. So when you talk about the basic, so you can select like what are the working with the numbers, like converting into the some patterns, or the number series is given. I have solved some of the questions on the number series and which are uploaded on our YouTube channel. You can just go visit that, and you can watch the videos. And also, let's say some loops, functions, recursions, arrays. So these are all the basic concepts that we have, right? in number series. Then there's like strings and matrices, number conversion. You have to convert the ASCII values. There's a ASCII related questions as well, and the pattern related question. Now, all of these things might look easy, and most of the students, in my experience, I have seen that they just ignore it. They feel like, okay, these are the questions, I'm going to easily solve that, so I don't have to worry about this section. But and that's where they do the mistake. So just because it is easy, do not completely ignore that. Even if you know like basic coding, I will just tell you a resource where you can find the questions like this, and that you will get on all the programming language. For example, let's say if you visit, this is the top 100 codes of Prep Insta, where like as you can see, this is the ASCII table. And there we have like all the possible questions that you might get in the for the Ninja role, or the first question, which are available in the C, C++, Java, and Python, all the major four programming languages. If you are comfortable with C++ and Java, you can just solve that. There's an answer as well, and answer in a multiple, like each question is going to have like multiple answers, like the logic is going to be different. So all the possible answers are there on this platform. The link will be connected or the shared in the description also, or you can just write top 100 codes prep and stuff, and you will get this page. And in this page, you have to prepare. Like even if you know a programming, even if you are familiar with that, I want you to go through all of this course. This page or these resources are going to be helpful for you in the basic, as well as it will set a foundation for your digital level, like medium level questions as well. Same. And these are the questions. You will find some working with the numbers. Then you have like recursion is, let's keep that for later on for the medium level. And here, like we have some questions on the arrays, some string operations, and these are all available in all the major programming language you can select. Okay. There's going to be internal compiler as well. Let's say if I have to show you for the Python, you can just click there, and we have inbuilt compiler. So you can just execute your code, and so that you don't have to worry about the execution as well. See, this is what we have for the basic round. These are the topics that you have to prepare. Okay, so now this is what you can expect for the basic, that is like a easy level question. These are the topics that are expected, as we have seen with the previous year patterns and everything. Now, when you talk about like a medium level difficulty question, this could be the possible sections where you have to be prepared. And for that, there's like we have like advanced arrays. Then all the like we have seen the arrays, then it's going to be advanced concept. So like in the matrices as well, strings, then we have searching, sorting techniques, some stacks, queues, then balance parentheses, then infix, postfix, prefix. This could be also involved sometimes in the basic question as well. And there's like list, linked list, trees, binary search tree, and recursion. So these are the topics that you need to prepare, or even if you know them conceptually, you can just solve some questions. What happens is that at the time of the exam, you might know the concept, but due to the lack of practice, you might not be able to solve it in a time. And there you have already a pressure of solving the questions. Then within a time, you have to solve this thing. So okay, Ranit Pal is asking, can you share the link of the top 100 course? Yes, of course, the team will share you on the chat box, or the link will be in the description. Don't worry on that. Okay, so I was saying, so these topics you might feel, okay, I already know the topics, but due to the lack of practice, you'll not be able to perform at the day of the exam. So in order to practice these things, so any which way we are going to solve one question in the live, so wait till the end of the session. But before that, let's say if you want some resources where you can practice this thing, you can visit the same, we have the top 100. There on the right side, you will see the Prepinsta Prime. If you click on the Prepinsta Prime, it will take you to the Prepinsta Prime website, where we have the dedicated platform for you, like all. So now, if you want to solve the dedicated like medium level question, where you need that intermediate coding that I would assume like once you complete this intermediate coding course, then it will cover all the questions that might ask in that section or the difficulty level question. Again, if you want, like we have this platform where the TCS separately made the course for the TCS Ninja, what topics that you have to prepare for the Ninja. If you're selecting for the Prime, there's a dedicated course that we have, and the digital also we have the course. So I will talk about more features in terms of the mock test, quizzes, and the assessment that you will get along with the Prime or along with this course. Or in this course, we have made sure that before giving the exam, we want you to give 2 or 3 mocks and mock exam so that you will be prepared for the day of the exam. And it's going to be a same simulation like in how you are going to give in that center. So you have to block the time for the complete time and you have to give the test. Okay, I will show that. But before we actually discuss about that, we want to talk about what are the advanced topic that you should prepare where the difficulty level is going to be higher. So these are the topics: backtracking, dynamic programming, greedy programming, then graphs. You need to be aware about this algorithm that we have like Kruskal, primes, and Dijkstra. Then like depth first search, breadth first search. Then we have some techniques like hashing, priority queues, heaps, bit manipulation, modular arithmetic. Then coin exchange problem. Then we have like longest subsequence. One of the questions that we are going to solve is on this. Today, I will teach you like how to solve this kind of question. Then we have 0-1 knapsack. Then we have like traverse matrix using recursion. So if you're already a Prime subscriber, you know you will get all the section and all the topics are covered under like competitive coding. So if you just go and visit, complete our competitive coding. And there's also, we have a data structures in a respective programming language as well. So if you complete these modules and which are feasible, like you can do these modules, we have made sure that these are completed in a time. If you are familiar with the programming and you have completed the basic and intermediate coding, this you can continue with that. So these are all the things which are already we made a track. We made sure that the people who want to crack the role of TCS Ninja, they should get the dedicated resources that is required for the Ninja. So I'll just first show what you have to know. So here if I open this and okay, so at this side, as you can see, there are all the topics that are covered, but I want to focus on one thing, which is like a mock test that we have. For each section, you are going to get the quizzes. So let me just show you what things you are going to get along with that. So these are the quizzes, and you are going to get we have quizzes for each topic. Then there are the mock tests and they're like assessments. So these assessments are nothing but going to be parallelly how you are going to give the test. So I will show you how you can access that. So if you go to your TCS Ninja course, on the right side, you will see all the table of contents which are available. And in the mock test section, you will get this mock test. And currently we have uploaded 5 mock tests, but there are going to be like from the day, like we started this on like it's like 5 days we have already started, and people who are using, they already know that. But we are going to upload. So till the day of your exam. So let's say your exam is on 26th of April. Till that day, each day you are going to get a new mock test here. And for that, there is going to be like, let's say, and we have this each mock test starts at like 12 p.m. Like if today we have like 7th April, the new mock test will be start at 12 p.m. and it will end at 12 p.m. on 8th April. And there will be a new one that we are going to launch. If you fail to give that mock test, you'll not able to access it again. So that's why the expiry that we have is like 24 hours. So let's say if you click on this mock test one, if you fail to give that mock test at that day, you're not able to go back and give that test again. So that's why we want to make sure that you have like, we have given you enough window or even enough time to take that assessment. So whenever you're trying to access, just go to this platform, click on the mock test that you want to take it. It will take you to assessments.prepinsta.com. There, you will have to log in with your phone number. It will give you all the details. It will show you the window where you have to start the test. Once you start the test, the timer and everything will be available there, and no window switching is allowed. It will be similar as you're going to give your actual test for the TCS. Okay, so and this is what we have. And in terms of that, I guess there's a issue now as of now, or maybe you have the access. You can just go and visit that. You will get it, but make sure each day you're going to access is going to be closed for that mock test. Make sure you give that in that window. All right, so here Ranil Pal is asking the course is for only Prime members. So yes, so we have amazing news for the non-Prime members as well. So as there's like now or never sale is going on, and there's a 80% off on the platform. So as you're preparing for the TCS, so we want you to get access to all the things that we have. So if you, and this is not just about for the till the exam day. Later on, you are going to have the interviews as well. So we have dedicated interview preparation platform as well. So for basically like Ninja, Prime and Digital, there's a dedicated section. You can just follow that track. And once you complete that, once you are done with your written exam, you can start preparing for your interviews from this section as well. So currently there's an hour never sale is going on, and there are last few hours of left. So if you want to get the Prime, use the coupon code TCS or the YouTube, which is available on the description. All right, so this is what everything that we have and all the information that we know. I hope you get to know everything related to the exam, and you have now all the things that are cleared, like how many number of questions and everything. Now let's solve the question, and okay, so if you have any queries related to your TCS application or related to anything, so our team members are available in chat box, or you can reach out to us at support@prepinsta.com. So they will help you out, or even the phone number is mentioned. You can just WhatsApp them, and the dedicated mentor will help you out. So do let me know if you are all clear, and then you have all the queries are solved, so that we can start with the question here. Shall we solve this question? So we are going to solve this question here, and let me know in the chat box. Yash is asking, sir, mock test is free? Yes, mock test is free for all the Prime members. And since in the window, as you can see, these are 5 tests that you are seeing, but we are going to upload more mock tests till the end of the exam. So till you complete your exam, there will be daily a new mock test is going to be there. Ravi R is asking how many people are going to attend for the TCS NQT test. As I am not pretty sure with the numbers, how founders might have been confirmed that, but we can expect that so far there are like more than 1.5 lakh applications have been received for the 15,000 seats or vacancies that we have. So you need to assume, like you need to understand what is the level of, you know, competition is going to be for this. Any question? Okay, Parth is asking, I understand benefits of Prepinsta Prime, but I think TCS NQT exam will be in 1 month. The course probably needs 3 months minimum. Okay, so Parth, let me tell you like why we assume, like why we suggest 3 months. So there's a way, like you can reach out to our customer care and they can help you. Like if you need 1 month, also they will give you. Or if you just want to prepare for the mocks, they will also help you with the mocks separate section as well. But 1 month is for your written test, right? And once you complete the 1 month, then your actual interview starts, and that takes place for another 2 to 3 months. And this time we have seen in the interviews, there are the topics that you can just check the web page, and you can check for their job roles also. As you can see, if you get placed as a ninja, these are like here we have, if you get placed as ninja, these are the tasks that you have given. So in the interview, they will not just check your test score, they'll also expect you to know some skills. So we made sure why we are giving you a 3 months plan, because within a 1 month, you will be in a position to crack the written test. Once you do that, you will start with your preparation, interview preparation, which covers some skills-based courses, which cover some soft skill communication, or any further interview rounds are going to be there that are going to cover. Let's say you are preparing for the digital, not only cracking works, but you need to cracking the test works, but you need to know like some good projects on your resume, right? So you need to some these things like modern technologies you need to know. Again, for the prime, we have like this emerging tech industry applications, like you need to know something related to the web development, or you need to have some extracurricular extra skills like data science or analytics. So these things you can learn in that duration. So that's why we suggest people to take that. So it's up to you. And if you want, you wish, so you can get reach out to the team. They will help you out with the 1 month, or you can just take the 3 months as well. Okay. And apart from, if you clear first round, what's the job role? So if you clear the first round, Prajapati is asking if I crack the ninja, what is the job role? And see, in the website only it is given. If you crack the ninja, you are going to get the responsibilities are going to be to manage the support application development and management, enhance system engineering for better efficiency, and explore next-gen technologies for an innovative career path. So if you crack the ninja, probably I'll assume it is something related to the support or even some testing role. And because whenever they give, they do not give you the specific role. It is a general like associate software engineer. But in after that, you have to again give some interviews for the clients, and based on your skill and your performance, you will get assigned to the dedicated team. But as a general term, they use the general term for Ninja, Digital, and Prime. It's later on also you have to give a couple of interviews in a company. Like once you get selected for the TCS, again you have to give the interviews so that you will get assigned to a project. So the client will hire you. So there are so many things post that you will get to know once you join the company. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope we have discussed enough about the preparation and everything. Still, if you have any query, you can reach out to us on our support. Now, let's come back to this question. Let's solve this, and also I'm going to share the solution as well. So if anyone wants to go with that, so I'll just show you. These are the things I'll explain. Let's try to understand with the pen and paper. So this kind of question you can expect, these are based on the previous year pattern that we have seen. So this time it might be difficult, as I have mentioned the reasons, and I've told you a lot of things about that as well. Okay, so this vacation you went to visit the Golden House. There are N rooms in this Golden House, and its owner needs someone to take care of the management of this house. As you have been unemployed, so for a long time you are interested in this job. Okay. So owner of this house wanted some intelligent manager. Okay, you can just read through it so that we can just skim through it. Owner, some members. So now here, the owner has kept some golden coins in each room. You have to choose two rooms, one from where you will enter and other from where you will exit. Okay, so there are n number of rooms are going to be there. In each room, there are n number of coins are going to be there. You have to select two rooms, one where you enter, one where you exit. From any room, either you can exit or you can move to the next room. So the entry is going to be take you at end room. From there, either you can take an exit or you can go to the, what do you say, the next room. So what exactly you have to do here? Let's try to understand. While visiting any room, you will collect all the gold coins. So if you visit any one specific room, you have to collect the gold coins that are kept in that room. And if you enter any room, then you can't skip collecting gold coins from that room. So it's up to you. If you visit that, you must collect the coins. You can't just skip that. And you have to take those coins. Owner wants to owner wants you to have exactly K coins when you exit from the room. So either you can exit from the first room, you can exit by visiting two rooms, and you can exit by visiting three rooms or four rooms, whatever, it's up to you. But by the time when you're going to exit, you need to have exactly K number of coins. And he guarantees that there will be at least one possible solution for this puzzle. It's not like it's not impossible. There are no possible solution. There is going to be exactly one possible, minimum one possible solution is going to be present. So given the number of n, the number of gold coins in n rooms, and you have to find room numbers from where you will start and from where you will exit. If there are more than one solution possible, then you have to provide a solution with a smaller starting room number. So this is also like there is a possibility that there are going to be multiple solutions. If there are multiple solutions, then you have to give, or you have to give the answer, or you have to finalize the answer where the room number, the starting, is going to be smaller. So as we have. Okay, so you can assume that the room numbers will start from 1 to n. So of course, like this is a array-based question that we have, but since these are going to be one, the arrays are here, the room numbers are going to be they have assumed us to 1. So we'll select that as 1. So what is the hint that we had with the question? Find a continuous subsequence whose sum will be exactly equal to k. Okay, so let's go. Let's see. What is the input that we have, and for this input I have already for to simplify it, I have converted that into a room and made sure that it will be easy for us. So n number of rooms are going to be 10. The number of coins that you should collect are 15 when you end that. So these are the input that you have, like in room 1 there are going to be 5 coins, in room 2 there are going to be 3 coins, so on and so forth, right? So I made sure that I have converted that into this array-like structure so that it will be easier for you to read. Now, as they have mentioned that the room number are starting from 1, so I have given this index here 1 to 10. So these are the 10 rooms that we have. And now in each room, there are going to be a few coins. So you have to answer what is the output that we have here, that room number 1. So let's first discuss the output. That's the solution. Then we'll try to find like what is going to be like what if there are any other solutions are available. So the first value that we have is where you are going to start. And the second value that we have is where you are going to end, that is, you mean exit. So you are going to start at room number 1. So I will highlight like this room number 1. How many coins that we have? Let's say the current coins that we have initialized as a 0. So as you visit the room number 1, it is going to be plus 5. So that means currently when you visit the room number 1, you are going to have 5 coins. Now from room number 5, either from room number, okay, I'm sorry. So from room number 1, either you can exit or you can enter to the next room. But what is the condition that we have? Whenever you want to exit, the number of coins in hand that you have should exactly be the k. So here k equal to, we should have the coins, right? So do we have that? Like this is the 5, like this, like 15 equal to 5. This is the condition that we made here. So it's not true, right? So again, we have to visit the next room. So already here, he will enter from room number 1 to he will enter room number 2. This became like initially we have 5 plus 3, which is, but now we have 8 coins. So you're going to compare this, like again, 15 equal to 8. Is it true? No. So what is the another case that we have? Let's visit one more room. So if we go here, this is the room 5, 3, and 7. So let's say initially we have 8, then plus 7. This is going to be like 15. You compare here 15 equal to 15, which condition is true. And based on that, now he can exit. So if we choose to exit, then he can exit. So that is why the output here 1 to 3. Now this is what we had from their end, from the input. What if there's a multiple solution, right? So in that case, how you are going to explore? So if I, let's say, assume that I've selected this and the room numbers are something different. I started from room number 1 and exited at room number 3. So this is simple case, a straightforward answer that we got. But what if it's not the case? Then we have to change that. Like either you have to select that from this 3, or we can just switch to that. Let's say next time you select these 3 rooms. And what is the sum that is going to be? Like this is 10 and this is like 14. So by adding this, you will get 24, and which does not match with the exact value. So and next time you can just select these three. I'm just trying to find the possible values here, 7 plus 14 plus 18, which is of course is going to exceed the limit that we have. Then let's say if you select this thing, this frame here. So let's try, we have the visualization, we are just trying to find wherever if there's any possible solution that we have, right? So in that case, we have like if you try to this is a subsequence that we have of three rooms. If you try to do like this is like a sliding window, it is called. So we have this one window. Next time you are going to select these three values. Next time you are going to select one by one. We are just reaching that, and we are going to pick this. If you continue with that, there's another solution that is available. If you look at this window, so 8, 9, and 10. Here, like 4 plus 3, that we have 7, like these two values. And plus, if you add with 8, you're going to 15. So we have two solutions here. One is room number 1 to 3. Another one is room number 8 to 10. Right. So if you visit any rooms, like if you start at room number 1 and if you exit at room number 3, you will have 15 points based on the graph that we have here. Again, if you start at room number 8, exit at room number 10, you will have 15 points. So here we have two solutions. Now tell me which solution we are going to pick and why. So can you just tell me if you have understood this part so far, how we are going to deal with this? There was a clear information in the question that was given, right? If there are like two questions, if we have, in that case, we need to select the one. So here, as you can see, if we have to provide a solution with a smaller starting room number, if there are multiple solutions are possible. So with respect to that, the output is going to be 1 and 3, right? Yes. So 1 and 3, why? Because we have the possible, like we have two different solutions, but since the room number 1 to 3 is a smaller number compared to 8 to 10, that's why this is the right answer. Now, shall we look at the solution in the code? So like if you look at the solution here in the code part, so let me just give me a minute. Let's open VS Code. So here we have, and this is actually in the Python version, but I will show you the same code in Java as well. So if you want to have a look at the Java, we have Java, and also we have a C++ as well. But first, let's discuss the logic, as it doesn't matter which programming language, the logic is going to be same. First, let's understand with the Python, and then I will choose that. So what we are going to do is we have defined a function which like find rooms, which taking the parameter like n, the number of rooms, and the k, and the coins that we have. Right. So initially, these are the input that we are going to take. So n is nothing but the number of rooms, which are 10, and the k is like the value of k that we want. And as they have mentioned, the coins for each room that we are going to map into each room. So once you do that, what we are going to do is let's try to understand. So there are the variables initially start, end, and current sum is going to be 0. Start is like where you're going to start, end is like on which room that we are going to take the exit, and the current sum is like the number of coins that you have in your hand. Then the result start and the result end, like what is the exact solution. Since we have multiple solution, we need to find whichever is the correct one. Then while the end is less than n, then we are going to get the current sum is going to be coins of the end. So end is we have mentioned here. So that's why whenever you visit, now we had two conditions. We have to check every time if you're going to exit, then basically we have to make sure that the number of coins that we have should be 15. And we have two conditions. One is whenever you are going to visit the room, if your current sum becomes equal to k, then in that case, we are going to find that room numbers, like the exact room number, that window where it started, that window, like we have this condition, like number 1 and 2. We are going to, this will be the start here, and this will be the end. In that case, let's say if we do not find the value, which is like the k value is not equal, in that case, we'll see if the current sum is the greater than the value of k. One example that we have seen, like 24 was greater than 15 based on the input values that we had. So that time we have to minus, like we have to take one step. Like I'll just go back to this part, so it makes it easier to explain here. So let's say we have selected this frame, and this time we had like 10, 3 plus 7 is 10 plus 14 is like overall we have like 24 coins, which is greater than 15. In that case, we are going to subtract the coins of this from the room number, because next time we are going to pick this frame, right? So we are going to pick this frame. So you will subtract the coins from this room number 2, and we are going to add the coins from room number 18. So and so forth. The sliding window continues, and you're going to get those values. So once you get that, wherever we get the exact value, if this condition matches, then only we will increment that end, and otherwise we'll continue with that. And here we have the condition in terms of if the result n is infinite, then it says like if there's no solution found, we can say no solution found, or if the solution is there, result start. Now, even if we have started in this, I have started it as index 1. By default in programming, it is going to be 0 index. For our understanding or for our simplicity, we have started with that with the index 1. But in a programming, we have it always starts with the input 0. So that's why like 0, 2, 0, 1, and 2 are going to be the room. But if we add 1 into that, for the result where it will start, and in the end, we are going to add 1, which will become your 1, 2, 3, as we have mentioned. All right. So that there is going to be, if we talk about the other programming, let's say in the Java, so the same thing follows the logic, but in the case here, the syntax is going to be different. And honestly, I don't like Java. Like I have learned Python from my college days. So that's why I'm just showing you the solution for the Java that you can just refer, you can execute on your end. If you want the code for this program, you can comment on the video. So I'll ask the team to share it with you in any source, or I ask them to share with you. So just have a look at it, or you can take a screenshot. You can try to write it on your own. Similarly, we have C++ as well. So this is what we are going to do here. And all right, so this kind of question, pretty simple. This is like a medium level question, but we can expect more difficulty. And as this time only they have added the new rule, and the number of questions are higher this time. But whatever the information that we have, like the previous year questions, we have the reference based on like 55-minute and like 2 question reference. So there, the comparatively, it is going to be, it was easy till this year. So only after completion of the exam only we'll get to know how difficult it is going to be this time. So that's why I recommend you to, go through all the resources that I provided. If you want to, one thing, you can just visit prepinsta.com, like top 100 codes. That is enough for you to learn all the basic topics. Then you have to complete the intermediate and data structures for the moderate level. And we have like competitive coding and plus the data structures for the advanced, which is you can expect for the prime code. All right. So Rishita, we are going to share the Python code. So maybe just let us know, or I'll ask the team to share that. You can just reach out to them on the WhatsApp. Okay. So if you have any queries, you can ask me here, or we can wrap up this session. Thank you all for joining. And last, just not least, so if you want to get the prime, all the benefits that you are going to get from here is like all the learning resources along with the live sessions, like how we are going to conduct for here. There is going to be, these are going to be now only for the Prime members from the upcoming. And from tomorrow, it is going to be only available for the Prime members. Then we have mock test, quizzes, and assessment, as I have shown you. So if you want to get the Prime, please reach out to the number that we have given, and I will see you all on the upcoming live session that we are going to conduct. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you for joining all. Bye-bye. I'll take a leave now.